Hello everyone, welcome back to Studioloo. It's Cindy. I don't know, I am having one of those days where I don't necessarily have a super organized video idea in mind. So it's kind of like a what's on my desk kind of video today. I decided to get started on another journal. I was having trouble deciding what to do, which almost never happens to me. And then I was kind of going through really the last of the fabric covers. No, I've got one more maybe that I made in a Tuesday 10, and I've been kind of hanging on to and hoarding this one and trying to decide what is speaking to me about it. So then I got all the signatures together somehow yesterday, and it sort of started with one thing, and let me show you if I can find the page. It is I had a Stamperia paper collection, and I've got I still have to cover the back of one of the pages that actually has oh, here it is. It's this one. Stamperia, and it's not telling me which one, I guess. Maybe the other page is in here somewhere. But these are the papers. It's like Rose Cottage, I think. It's something like that. And the papers are really nice. Like, I'll see if I can find the front. It's in here somewhere, I believe. I don't know. Maybe I didn't put it in here. And this will be an exercise wasted. I think it totally is. Oh no, I didn't. Here it is. Okay, so it's Roses and Laces. Okay, this is the kit, Roses and Laces. So I obviously have to work on a lot of pages in here. So I'm just kind of getting started. And I'm also using, so I have a French Snow White book called Blanche Neige, Snow White en français. And I wanted to use pages and ephemera, the whole book is in this journal, and it's got all these cute little pages. So this has opening windows. There's little owls inside there. This has shutter windows. So it's so cute. There's a little bedposts in there. They're these little adorable windows, and I just love them. This one also opens. Here we go. Come. What's in there? A candle by a bedside. So I feel like the overall feeling here is kind of like a cozy cottage in the woods. It's like eliciting the feeling that I think a lot of us are having right now who live in parts of the Western world where it's fall and it's getting, chilly, and we're being warned that winter is coming, but we're trying to hold on to those autumnal and late summer moments, right? So that's where I am with this. So I'm going to be working on these pages. I'm going to be probably painting and or collaging in the spaces where we have this text, because I want it to be journaling space. I've added a few little pockets and things. Overall, in this journal, I'm feeling a lot of pink and blue, a bit like brown and gold and red and earthy tones, lace. I just feel like it's like a cozy cottage kind of theme. So there's a little bit of fun nature in here, and it's really, I think, going to come together very fun. So I'm just going to sort of get started a little bit on things. So yesterday I did some work, some fussy cutting and cutting out all the pieces of the kit and stuff. So I also had this piece of paper. It was a singular piece of paper. So I think what I'll do is try to organize this ephemera maybe first. So we have these little journal cards. And knowing me, I'll probably want to just use the journal card, but I'll get rid of the word memories and I'll put something a little more meaningful to the journal. These are from the paper kit. And then these are pages that I cut from the book itself, and some of them need to be glued down and fixed up here. So I will glue this one down. Yeah, so I've had a very busy week, and I think the fact that I've been so busy, it's just kind of made me feel a little overwhelmed. So I have been having trouble like getting cracking on things. I don't know. It never really happens to me, but I guess it happens to all of us sometimes. So I'm feeling kind of thankful that I seem to feel like I'm getting my groove back a little bit right now. And then there's all these little keys, which are really cool. This is a pocket from the children's book, and it's got these cutouts. It had like a sliding, like the snow would move, but I just glued it down because I feel like I don't necessarily need it to be moving all around, and I don't want to make it really like hard to operate in the journal. So there's some like corners. This is such a cute little children's book image for a pocket. Some of the keys, I'm leaving them like this because I think they'll be kind of fun on that like background. We have a few little gnomey people here, and you know, here's our Snow White. I just love the illustration style. I've got these guys here on this. So these are the two main characters, kind of like, you know, Snow White and the Prince. But I love the almost, like, the illustration style feels almost like that in, what's the name of the film? It's a Tim Burton film. It starts with a C. She has buttons for eyes. Are you yelling at your screen yet? You know, there's the other mother. Why can I not remember the name of this film? It's kind of like Nightmare Before Christmas, but not quite. This is so painful. Oh my gosh, let's just look it up before I completely go crazy here. All right. This is painful, and it's taking me forever to just look this up. Coraline. Oh my gosh, painful. Sorry. So yeah, it has a very Coraline feeling style to it in parts. Gnomies, little gnome tucky spots. And then I've got like some really lovely, like, this is Snow White in her glass coffin with all the wildlife and the gnomes hanging around her here. So yeah, we'll do something fun with that. And then another naturey piece of work, and then it has these beautiful, like, I like using these as pockets or flips if they have like enough for a flip on them. So that will go in the journal, definitely. All of this will, I think. This I'll probably do something with. I'm not really into those kind of generic sayings. They're just not my thing. And then we have all these little locks and stuff. This I'll probably do something else with. And then again, I love these cutout bits. Oh, there's my bone folder hanging out in there. So yeah, I love all the colors that are in this this collection. So we're going to organize all of this. Then I definitely need to get like painting pages and collaging pages to make this all come together. Loads of work still to be done. Just kind of getting a start here. I have these big washi type strips. I love the worn wood, teal, and roses. It's so nice. Okay. These little bits, another little gnomey things, itty bitty things. And then there is a page of these little tags, and they're really nice. And I think I may use them in a few different ways. Some will just be like little tags, I think, but others may be used in like kind of collage. There's also a bunch of these numbers, which I think are all scattered in here, which is fine. Okay, so we are sort of kind of sorted. Now, I need a basket to put all of this in. Let me see if I have one. I do right here. Sort of a work in progress basket here. And we'll get everything out of the way that I don't need right this moment. And that's kind of everything. But I want to try to keep it organized if I can. So yesterday was a busy day. I worked, and then we went out for a little bit, and then my daughter had her little Sparks meeting, and we're always struggling to figure out what to do while she's in Sparks. So, because it's like an hour long, and then I have to go get her again, so it's not really time to do much. And currently they're meeting a little bit like far away from where we live, so I ended up going to the dollar store. And I didn't really find much of anything that I needed. Except I was shocked that, like, well, not shocked, but kind of shocked that parchment paper at the dollar store is now $4.50. I'm like, what is going on? I don't know. This recession is coming. It's scaring me. And then when I was waiting to pick up my daughter, I was kind of chatting or listening at first to some of the other moms who were there. Just kind of talking about, like, they were, one of them had mentioned that her car had been stolen, that like she has or had a CRV, that's a Honda, I think, yeah, Honda, and that her car had gotten stolen. And so she was talking about how, you know, right now the cars that are majorly getting stolen are Honda CRVs, Toyota Highlanders, and I think Acura RDX. I am not like a car person, so I'm only really remembering this from what they said yesterday. And so I said, yeah, like that's awful. And I follow this one local kind of Facebook community page in my area, because I follow it for like events, like little outdoor events, kids stuff, you know, that kind of thing. And it's not the town that I live in, but it's next to us. And I know they were talking about one night in their town, like 16 cars were stolen all at the same time. And so it's cars that are keyless, and it's these people who have, you know, these, like they basically are, your car will like transmit a signal, you know, and they're able to, they have these little like translators kind of that can translate the signal. I am not like really abreast of the technology, but I think it's like a fob and a calculator and whatnot. And so they're able to like transmit these sounds to unlock your car and steal it. And they're talking about, you know, a lot of people were saying, like, one way you can protect yourself is by getting like a Faraday box. It prevents signal repeater. That's the word I'm looking for. It prevents the signal from being picked up if your key, your all of your remote keys that you have are inside that box. So it offers a little bit of protection. I don't know if it's 100%, so don't quote me. So I'm just getting some paper. 1 second. So then, other people were talking about like getting a club. Remember those bars that people used to buy to put, you know, their cars, to protect their cars from being stolen? But apparently that's not a foolproof method either. And I guess there's like 2 different kinds of those things that you can get. Some of them have like an actual physical key lock, and then others have like a PIN code. And so the one woman who raised this whole conversation, I don't know, like she was saying, like, you know, that she was going to get one of those. And then when we were having the conversation, and the one lady seemed a little more like familiar with what the different car types are that are being stolen most commonly, she mentioned like RDX, and then it was so weird, like another of the moms that was standing down from us a little bit, she said, did you just, I'm sorry, I was on my phone, I wasn't paying attention. Are you talking about car thefts? You're talking about the RDX? And so the lady said, yeah, that's one of the most commonly stolen cars. So she's like, yeah, tell me about it. Mine was stolen yesterday. So out of like 6 people waiting for their children here, 2 people's cars had been stolen. I was like in shock. So she lives in the town that's next to the town that I mentioned. So like the one that I follow is kind of 2 towns away, and she's 1 town away from us. And like, I mean, they both are kind of the kind of town where like people think nothing ever happens, you know, so it's really shocking to them whenever, you know, anything happens in their town. I live in a larger city, so it's not like, you know, wildly shocking to hear about car thefts. But I think what's happening is these people are working in networks, and they're specifically targeting quieter towns right now, you know, because they're not looking for, you know, the trouble of being caught, obviously. So yeah, it's very frustrating, because on top of it all, she was talking to me about, like, you know, they need, like, they're probably not going to find their car. They're working with a private investigator from another town, and he's like kind of working on this network of these thieves. And, you know, what they do is obviously they load up these cars and they send them to Africa, the Middle East, a few different places that these cars end up. And so, like, the likelihood of her getting her car back is probably not ever. So she's looking at, like, you know, cars, and she was talking about, I think, a Toyota Highlander from like 2021, and she was saying something like it was like $42,000 or something, and like that's like sometimes the prices are higher than what a new 2023 model would be. And like the reason is because if you try to buy a new car right now, the estimate is between 8 months and 3 years, because of the whole shortages of all this, you know, manufacturing parts and everything, right? So I don't know, the whole thing gave me like anxiety. I felt so stressed about it. I was just like, this is a weird time and I don't like it. I feel like everything's kind of getting to like, I don't know, is this like the bottom of like capitalism or something? I don't know, but I'm very stressed for people because, you know, how do you deal with not having like a vehicle when you've got kids? And like, I mean, I know it's possible not to have a vehicle. I'm not saying that it isn't possible, but like, it's really difficult when you have children and they have to get places and you have to get to work, and, you know, you don't live somewhere where there's a good, bus service, or you don't want to be on a bus because there's so many people, and, you know, you're immunocompromised or something like that, right? Like, there's a lot of things to consider, and it's not good. And the same is true, like, if your car gets damaged, you're also looking at like several months, probably, it could be measured in years at this point, as to when they will get the parts to repair your car. Because, you know, the way cars are made nowadays in this kind of throwaway society is that, like, you know, most cars are so filled with electronics that, like, you don't fix them. You replace everything. And, you know, I know for me, the few times that we've had something go wrong with our car, like usually it's somebody hitting our car, you know, even if there's just like a small, like a dent in, you know, the back of your car, like they want to replace everything. Like these garages that insurance companies have do assessments, I don't know if they're a part of the problem and that they, you know, they're trying to make more money. They're trying to get more money to do work. I don't really know. It sort of seems that way to me, but I'm a layman and I don't work in this industry, but it just seems very odd to me that, like, you probably, you know, could replace just a pipe underneath someone's car, but they'll say that the whole entire muffler system has to be replaced, the catalytic converter, everything. And that really leaves me wondering what is going on, like why. But yeah, I don't know. It's just, I don't know, things feel very tense, you know? And I I don't know. It's like the energy that I just really don't need right now. I'm just feeling a little bit tense about a lot of stuff. Like, I've sort of felt that, you know, since everything, I don't know if it was just the pandemic or how long it's been, but it feels like it's been a while now, that like incompetence or difficulty has become like part of my everyday life. Like, I can never do anything simply. And I really, it's very frustrating. Like, you know, if you have to make an appointment, it's a super long wait time and it might get canceled, and you might have to do all these different things to actually get that appointment. Like, it's just, I don't know. Nothing is easy. It kind of wears on me from time to time. But I'm not alone in this situation, and so I'm not really like, you know, gonna get too upset about it. There's not a whole lot I can do. We have to just like tackle the things that we can tackle, right? So, but we can commiserate together. So I feel for you if you're dealing with anything like that, or several things like that. I'm with you. I feel for you. But I did get a lovely, lovely email from the leader of our local Beavers chapter that my daughter's going to be joining soon. So I'll be getting her her little uniform. Just grabbing some paper here. I wish I had like a thing that I could put up here, that I could just have my scraps like hover in front of my face. That would be really useful. But I don't. Uh-oh, this would be a child coming with a flower, so I'll take a little break. I just got to, my daughter brought me this flower, and I got to hear her little story about what she did with her brother at the playground, and that they hung around people, and it was all very exciting. So yeah, she's super cute, and she always brings me flowers and says, "Mom, would you like to use these in your journal?" She's super funny, and yeah, sunshine. Okay, so I'm going to continue along, just collaging on top of all of this text, because I like to create writing space on these kinds of pages where you've got like, you know, book text. I will leave this image in the middle, and then I'll cover these ones up too. I'm just using up some fun paper bag, and it's got this great edge on it. I think I will leave it on this piece. Okay. I am really looking forward to like the weekend. I have no idea if I have anything to do. October has been the busiest month. What I do have to do is I have to get my children's Halloween costumes finished. That is the plan. So I have a bunch of making to do to kind of bring it all together. And that has to get done this weekend. Because time will run out on me faster than I know it. Okay. And I'm also seeing, like, tonight they're talking about snow. So this afternoon, I definitely have to head out to the garden and harvest the last of the herbs that I can. Yesterday I brought my lemon and lime verbena in, and I'm going to grab just a truckload of all the different mints that I've grown and bring them in. I've also got some savory herbs, like, well, savory and oregano and thyme, rosemary, all those things. So what I do at this time of year is basically fill all of my jars, like little mason jars of spices and herbs for the year, you know, for the cold season. So that's the agenda today. I've been really enjoying, like, I'm doing a lot of reading right now in all different ways. So I read, I'm doing a storytelling thing on my Patreon with my Patreons, and so I'm reading that book, and then I'm also reading at bedtime with my daughter, as I have been. I've been reading all sorts of fun books with her, and then also most nights now during bath time she wants me to read to her, so I'm reading during that time, and it's just like really nice. I'm like, it feels very cozy. My evenings are just cozy right now, and it's great. So I need this page to dry, and I don't feel like, well, I might use my heat gun. I'll just pause to do that. Just give me one moment. Okay, so this has been dried, and I purposely kind of bubble and weather it a little bit because that's fun. I am going to do something else with the insides of these pages. I haven't decided yet, but that's not the agenda for this kind of go through of the book. I'm going to just cover up text on this go through. I also love how tall this book's going to be. Like, it's going to be so great, like probably 12 inches tall by about like 6-7 wide. So it's a nice tall book, which is a lot of fun. All right, so first signature, that step is finished. Next signature. Oops. Let's move the book over here maybe. Okay. And we'll figure out what we need to do. So these are fine. Here is the first page that I need to work with. And it's just on this side again. What do I want to put on here? At my scraps of things that I have here. That's quite nice. Would that cover everything? Not quite, but we could do a pocket down here maybe. Sometimes part of what I do when I'm doing this is I also add bits of ephemera to cover some of the text as well. Let's ink the edges of this paper. What is spilled over here? Oh, it looks like my coffee spray bottle has some excess dripping out of it, which happens sometimes if it tips over, and it must have tipped over because it's got some coffee in there. So what I'll do is just spray this out. There we go. A little bit of a coffee drama here. And then I'll maybe just spray a little on there. And we will grab a baby wipe. This is the second baby wipe of the video. I don't know. It's okay. Okay, let's just grab this excess coffee over here. I've become very, like, adamant about not messing up this desk. So that is still the plan. We are not going to make a mess on this desk. Okay, back to inking. This is a brand new ink pad because I went to the scrapbook store on the weekend and I felt like I would just get a new ink pad because I actually almost always use oxides instead, and I just decided that I would get the vintage photo in the ink as well because I didn't have it, and I like it a lot. It's darker than the oxide. The colors really are quite different between the oxides and the inks. I think sometimes it's like especially dramatic, but not all of them maybe, but I don't know. I find they're often very different. And obviously they act very different because one is, you know, more archival and one is more water soluble to do more mixed media with. So yeah, that's fun, the coffee splatters. Okay, so then we need to go and grab from the ephemera something we'd want to use as a pocket down here. And I sort of kind of have this organized. Let's go look under here. Okay, so this is the stuff. That would be very cute, I think, right here. Because it really matches the paper. So that's one option. And then I've got those little gnomey people that I could put there too. I think if I use those, I want something behind them, like fabric or another piece of paper to kind of ground them a bit. But I also just really feel like I like that. It just kind of goes nicely. So let's go with that. And I'm going to make it like a tuck spot. So I'll just glue one side and the bottom. And we'll line that up. See? And then I forgot to ink the edge of that. I should though, because I think then we'll have some continuity. Okay. All right, that's that page. Then this one. What do we want to do with this one? Like some vintage ledger that could be fun. I think what I might do, I'll just we use that here, and it can get a little thinner. Yeah. Okay. That there, and then again, I'm probably going to use a pocket or something up there. I also think I need to maybe look at what kind of, if I want to put anything special in the center of some of the signatures. The middle signature already has something lovely, but I think the other signatures I might want to put something. Okay, so that's glued down. Now let's just ink. Start with the corners and then just kind of go the edges a little. Grunge that up a bit. And let's find a pocket. Or a tuck spot or something. Not the right shape. We need, not big enough. Too big and weird color. What to do? I may have to actually just make some more stuff. I'm kind of expecting that I need to make a lot of stuff for this. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that I can use for this spot. Unless I use this. No, not big enough. See if there's something I want to collage with, maybe. Maybe we'll do something with this and with this. Let's just get to making a pocket of some kind. Alright, so I will start with a piece of paper that I will fold in half. That is plenty big for this. And then we'll add a little bit of glue in the center here to just keep these together for the thickness of the paper. Then I have some nice ledger, like old ledger strips that would be great as a background. Okay. Maybe some of this. All right, let's glue that down. Okay. Now it's time to figure out the size that this needs to be. So, width-wise, we want this to be about this big. These scraps can get used for something else. Okay, then scissors. That's interesting. I only own like 1,000 pairs of scissors. Like at least 5 pairs of scissors hover on my desk, and all I see in my vision right now are my fabric scissors. What's going on? There they are. All right. These have been the only scissors that have been hanging around lately. I don't know where all the other ones have gone, but I'm guessing a little person who hangs out with me down here probably has at least 1 pair over on her desk. All right, so yeah, that's just about the right size. I'll go a little bit smaller. Then I'm going to round this one outer corner. Okay. Then my ink. The last of the summer bees. One of them can hang out here. Right, then we have this. And I feel like what I want to do with it is I have a brad. Ever since I reorganized all my stuff over here, things are a little more, what's this? We have several brads. Which one? This one, I think. Okay, now right, maybe here. Yeah. I'm going to poke a little hole here to just fit my brad through. Whoops. There we go. And then I think I may also want to just take a scrap of paper, just a little scrap of glued up paper here. I'll just cover the back side of the brad because this is a pocket. It will just prevent it from being bothersome. Okay, whoops, glue. Okay, so this will be moving, and that's fun. And I think this will go right there as so. Okay. Right, that is that page done. I think I saw one more of these book pages. I did right here. This one is quite blue, so I think I'll get some blue paper. That side better. Let's use that side. This cabbage dye paper turned out so beautifully. I actually have to do some cabbage dyeing. I've got half of a cabbage sitting in a pot upstairs, just like looking at me every time I walk by. It needs to get used. I've been waiting to do it. I was going to do it yesterday and then I had no time. As most days are going these days, my time is pretty limited. Okay. And I think I'll use this little scrap as well. And then maybe we want to do another pocket. I like kind of putting paper here and then doing something else up here. So let's make another pocket or tuck spot. And we'll choose a couple things to use from the kit because then, you know, we're taking the continuity. I might use this, but I'm going to get rid of autographs and put something else there. And maybe this number 5. just looking in my scraps at what I have. Not that. That's quite nice. That's decent size-wise. Okay. So I think what I'll do with this one is I will make it about that size. Then how big is this? I like that. Okay, let's use this. This is a coffee dyed bit of like wedding dress applique. This is Tim Holtz paper. There we go. That like that, and then we'll put this on as well. Maybe up here so that we don't block out all those eggs. Just slide it over a little bit. And you know, I may not even have to cover up the word autographs. I think I'm okay with it. I'm going to put the 5 on there. Yep, I'm good with that. Okay. And then I'm going to, I think, round the corner. This time the top corner, I think. Yeah. Wait a minute. Oh, I glued the wrong side. No. Did I get rid of the baby wipe? No, I didn't. Okay. Let's just wipe. There we go. Okay. Yes, it's this corner. Not this one. So let's just wipe that off again. There we go. Wakey, Cindy. That's the way we want to glue this now. That's better. Okay. And then I think I also want to put something from the kit down here like that to just break up that hard line. This little, hold on, you may not be able to see this, I might be off camera. This is a tall like page, right? So it's a little hard. I'm going to put this here. And we'll just break up that hard line between the paper I've added and the paper underneath, right? There we go. That I like. And then I'll just add a little grunge here. Here and there. All right, so now we have that pocket. Okay. And that came from where? Here. Right? Yes, right there. All right. Okay, so that is the second signature, like the pages with text now made more cohesive to the journal. So that, I think, will conclude this video probably. So we've got the first 2 signatures, the pages covered, the text covered. I will continue doing that. I want to show you though how pretty this center, is it this one? Not this one maybe. It's going to be the center signature, but look at that. This is from the kit. Isn't that beautiful? So it's 3 pieces of paper, and I'm going to keep them all together because I love this so much together. I think it's just meant to be. So yes. So I just have to be very careful, like when I center them, to make sure I center them properly and don't goober that up. But we got, yeah, this one and this one done. So I'll put those in there. This will be the next one that I work on. But yeah, I'm going to continue. This one's really cute too. It's got cupboards here with her bits and bobs inside. An accordion and a little banjo and some bottles and stuff. It's really sweet. So that is my plan maybe today, is to work on this journal a little bit more, and I'll probably come back and do at least another video with you with it, and yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so I hope you're having a super fun, good day. If you are new here, welcome, welcome. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you did. It's nice to have you here. So I will talk to you again very soon. And until next time, enjoy your day. Bye for now.